And it was what it was. We couldn't. It's not up to the fighters, you know. One of the judges had me winning, two of them didn't. It was what it was.
In 2018, the Gypsy King returned from the depths of heavy depression. After his sensational victory over Vladimir Klitschko, the British boxer broke down psychologically and disappeared for almost 3 years.
When you're waking up and you don't want to live anymore, you know, it's hard for me to say sat here because I'm not thinking in that mindset anymore. But there was a number of years where I did not want to live on a daily basis. I said to God, why have you let me wake up this morning? Why didn't I die in my sleep? And I had no real reason. There wasn't one thing that made this happen. This is a continuous journey for years and years and years of depression and anxiety.
Few believed that after such a long hiatus, Fury would be able to handle the Bronze Bomber.
I'm back for you, baby.
The American was undefeated at 40-0, knocking out everyone except for the one fight that went the distance. But that evening, the spectators were shocked twice. First by the greatest knockdown in Fury's career delivered by Wilder, and then by the draw. The rematch did not take long.
The drawing board. I'll meet you, Deontay, in the middle of the ring.
Both boxers, as is often the case, promised to surprise their opponent. In the 7th round, Fury once again trapped Wilder in the corner and began raining punches. The Brits' attack had not yet fully unfolded when the referee intervened and stopped the fight, awarding victory to the challenger. That evening, Tyson reclaimed the heavyweight throne. After a series of scandals, the promoters decided to organize one of the greatest trilogies in boxing history.
Take that and eat it.
I am a king. I am a king.
You ain't a king.
I'm a king.
Where's it say king? It says third place loser in
you
your
will
name.
See it.
You're looking
you
at
will
king.
Feel it.
My name is
I will have
Gypsy
you
King.
saying I
You're a
spoke
dosser.
it. I believe it now, and you receive
You're
it.
my workman. You work for me
You
now.
gonna see.
You work
You
for
gonna
me.
see.
Look at the way you're dressed.
You gonna see.
Look at the way I'm dressed.
Well,
I'm dressed like a king. You're dressed like a dosser.
The American showed the best version of himself in the third fight with Tyson, but it wasn't enough. Once again, Deontay simply lacked the skill. His boxing IQ was still a step below Tyson's. As a result, Fury knocked out the hardest hitter in boxing history twice, writing his name down in history once again.
100%. I know the greatest heavyweight of my era, without a doubt. Number one, number uno. Look what I've done.
The prelude. As we know, the worst enemy hides in the mirror. Tyson Fury had already lost control of himself after his famous victory over Klitschko and almost tarnished his career, but fate gave him another chance. However, he was making the same mistake again, but the more professional one this time. At the time, Wilder, Fury and Joshua were considered the main contenders for the throne. Anthony had outclassed Andy Ruiz in a fundamental rematch and was supposed to fight for the crown with the winner of the Fury-Wilder bout.
I don't rate AJ. Never have. He's a blown-up bodybuilder who can't box. We all know that.
But suddenly, Alexander Usyk entered the race for the undisputed championship. Despite all the top heavyweights being much larger, the technical and humble Ukrainian first took down Chaz Witherspoon and Derek Chisora, then declared his ambitions to the world. AJ was the first to challenge the Ukrainian. A fatal mistake? Not at all. These are championship ambitions because only a champion wants to fight the best and toughest opponents. Despite his heroism, Anthony lost to Alexander. Usyk literally took the huge Brit to boxing school, casting doubt on the entire professionalism of the heavyweight division. Experts and fans increasingly questioned the technique and integrity of the heavyweight class, as the former cruiserweight had now outclassed the top boxers of the Royal Division. It seemed that the heavyweight division had only one hope. If Tyson beat Usyk, he could rightfully be considered one of the greatest heavyweights of all time.
Rate him. Pound for pound, a load of doesn't exist. I'll rate the guy. I'll put that fish right through him when I fight him. And that's the God's honest truth. If I don't take him out inside 6 rounds, I'll be disappointed. I class it like a loss. That's what I'll do to Usyk.
But what did Fury choose? Despite the rematch clause in the Usyk-Joshua contract that did not go into effect yet, Tyson did not even think about facing the star Ukrainian. Fury chose the easiest option among all possible opponents, Derek Chisora.
Reason it's be our third fight. This man gave me my first opportunity on a British title, and then he gave me my second opportunity on the British and European title on the final eliminator for the world title. And now here's me repaying Derek by giving him a shot at the world title.
Derek was in the top 10, but in the context of this fight, he was a plus 1800 underdog. While Tyson was filling his pockets with money and increasing his social media following, Usyk defeated the best version of Anthony Joshua in a rematch and unofficially became the best in his new weight class. Fury won against Chisora as expected, but no expert dared to call him the best. It seemed that such a situation was not to Tyson's liking. After all, he had always chased legacy, sought out the best opponents, and went through the toughest battles. But what has happened to the Gypsy King now? Even Derek Chisora advised Tyson right in the ring to fight Usyk, after which Usyk himself stepped into the ring.
Usyk! You're next, little bitch! You're next! Me and you! You're getting it, little sucker! Rabbit!
But Tyson Fury's loud words were in no hurry to turn into action. Tyson suddenly went on a long-term break. He spent time with his family, relaxed, and didn't even think about a potential fight. Despite all the experts claiming that Usyk would be the most dangerous opponent in Tyson's career, he was in no hurry to prepare for this confrontation. But when Usyk's team tried to contact him to finalize the contract, Fury did not respond. He was accused of dodging the fight and being afraid of Usyk, to which Tyson reacted rather sharply.
You little 14-stone coward. You little shitbag, you rat little bastard. And your full team know it as well. And all the lawyers have got the full information. You little ugly bastard. Keep running. Fight Dubai at the copper box now, shitbag. And always know that you or anybody else like you could never tangle with the Gypsy King, you shithouse little coward.
As it turned out later, Fury was dissatisfied with the money and absolutely disagreed with the terms. For example, he didn't like the 65% fee, he wanted more. But Usyk was not that hyped up yet to set conditions, so he agreed to draw up the contract on the Brits' terms. However, the fight was not destined to take place. There was a contender for the IBF title in the face of Daniel Dubois, and Tyson Fury suddenly announced that he had already found himself an opponent. The heat was added by the fact that the parties could not agree on the venue and final fees. According to rumors, Tyson demanded an outstanding 90% fee, which the Ukrainian side did not approve. So Usyk's team decided to defend the title first and then proceed with the Fury bout. But the world was stuck with truly shocking news. Tyson Fury's next opponent would be MMA champion Francis Ngannou. British fans remember when Fury called out Ngannou after the fight with White.
It was fantastic, but before we go, I want to bring in Francis Ngannou. Francis, come here, ESPN.
Obviously, Tyson is looking for ways to make money. Right now, he doesn't care about legacy since he is taking an easy fight for himself with someone who has never fought in boxing gloves. It's absurd that a boxing champion of the world calls out an MMA fighter for a boxing match. This fight carried no intrigue because a boxer of Tyson Fury's level was supposed to destroy even a very strong debutant.
Don't worry about it. We have a little left.
Tyson came into the fight in a terrible shape. Even the fact that Francis was coached for the fight by the legendary Mike Tyson did not affect the Brits' confidence. Quite the opposite. Fury threatened to knock out the Cameroonian.
You spark out on Saturday night. Game over. Out cold.
I reverse the table to you.
Out cold.
I think you said
Out cold.
stand up for
Out cold. You get knocked spark out. Without a doubt, that right hand is going to detonate.
Reality is full of disappointments. One of the best heavyweights of his era was on the brink of defeat against an MMA fighter. Fans couldn't shake the feeling that it was Francis Ngannou who stepped into the ring to defend all the mastery and tradition of boxing against the restless, slow, and clumsy Tyson Fury. The rather controversial victory over the former UFC champion opened the eyes not only to the world but also of Tyson Fury himself.
Just a flash knockdown behind the head. I think it was like a glancing blow at the back of the head, and it was what it was, so it was alright.
Usyk's reaction did not take too